Last week we had the introduction to what is Sanskritam, what is the importance of Sanskritam briefly. We started looking at this aksharani, or different sounds, varnamala we call it in Sanskritam, different sounds which are used to form words in Sanskrit language. There, as we were saying, out of infinite number of sounds possible, there are some select sounds which are used to form meaningful words in Sanskritam. So they are shown here from to au. We have different swaras, vowels, and then there is ka to ha, different vyanjanas or consonants. So these, and also there are some additional swaras, additional sounds are also there. Like examples here are given anuswara and visarga, which cannot be independently pronounced, because anuswara and visarga, they always need a swara, they always come after a swara for the pronunciation. For example, if we add this anuswara after a, then it becomes right? Then there are so on. So we'll see some examples later. Then visarga also, it has to come after a swara. Then there is then a, e, up, so on. That's a ucharanam of or pronunciation of visarga. Right. Now visarga, the last time there was a question, what is the difference between visarga and a ha? The ha which is shown here. This ha. What is the difference? Visarga and ha. Ha. This ha coming in the vyanjana, it has a nada or vibration in it. Like when I say ha, ha, you can hear that nada vibration. And where the visarga, when we pronounce, there is no nada. It is just a release of breath without the nada. So that is the visarga, and so the difference there, with the nada, with the vibration, and without the vibration. The other aspect of what is the difference between swara and vyanjanam here? Swaras can be the one which are shown from to out, they can be pronounced by themselves. Whereas vyanjanas, which are shown at the bottom here, they cannot be pronounced by themselves. They need the help of a swara, one of the swara, to be pronounced. The swaras here are a, I, u, u, a, I, o, au. These swaras can be pronounced by themselves, and as vyanjanas, they need help of a swara. Now when we pronounce, how do we pronounce these swaras and vyanjanas? There are guidelines or the rules which are given in the Shiksha Shastram. It's a branch.
So one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
In swaras, why there is l? Because it is l plus ru.
It is not ru. It is ru, ru, ru.
Mm.
It's a l, but
The
it's
L,
not
but it's
pronounced as
not
l.
the
It is
L.
ru.
Okay.
So though
So
it is
though
written in Devanagari like this, Devanagari script like this, it is not a proper representation. It's not a. I personally don't wish there should have been a different symbol for this l, because how it is written, it is confusing. So people think that is l. It is not l. So it looks like it is l plus r, right? Which is
Yes,
not
sir.
which is the case. But because this l comes in the Vyanjana here, and this is a pure swara, which is a different pronunciation, though it is written like that in writing. So, and we do not find many examples with ru here. So we only find like in the klupti. If you write klupti, klupta, so there we find this swara, klu. So when we this part klu, there is a ka plus ru. This ka plus ru, this is actually something writing like when we write this ka ka ki ki. Yeah, I think you all you know this ka ka ki ki. Gunitakshara, Gunitaksharam, ka ka ki ki. So what are these ka ka ki ki?
Vyanjana plus swaras.
Yeah, Vyanjana plus swaras. So we have ka means ka plus
Plus
then ka plus so on. And similarly, if it is a kru, which is Krishna, in the example in the word Krishna, there is a kru. What is kru here? That is also Vyanjana plus swara, right? This is not a ka plus a ra. That is ka plus this ru. Ka plus
plus
ru.
True.
Similarly, this klu also, it is a Vyanjana plus swara. This swara. It is not ka
It is
plus
not
la plus
ka plus.
ru. It is ka plus. This is the swara representation of lu. It is not lu. So we have the klupti here, not a klupti.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Uh, another thing, what
The thing. So is that same as la? La Vyanjana. La. La.
la, la is not a Vyanjana, it is a swara, and it is not appearing on this chart, right? This la, which is written like
Yes,
this.
sir.
Or in Kannada, you will get this one, la. It does not
It does
appear
not.
on this chart, and this chart is based on Panini Ashtadhyayi. Panini Ashtadhyayi does, shows only these. Shows means it has selected only these letters or sounds to form the words, all the words in Sanskritam, or you can say most of the words. Right? So the la is left out. It is a Vyanjanam, but in Prachina Sanskritam, in older Sanskritam or even the new Sanskritam, there are many words which use la. And according to Panini chart here, that la, in place of la, he recommends to use la only. Like we have kala,
We have kala.
sila, etc.
Okay.
Whereas actually we can use kala or bahula, etc. He says that is not necessary, but many people argue that it is needed. Otherwise, sometimes the meanings is not properly communicated. In the, if you take the example of kala and kala, both the meanings are different. Kala, kala means black, and kala means time. But in the Paniniya system here, the chart of words, chart of letters, Varnamala, for black also, he uses kala. Now the other aspect of the swaras here, as we notice, these each one have their hrasva and dirgha form here. Hrasva means short, means time to pronounce is short. For example, and same time to pronounce, make it longer, it becomes a. Similarly, e, and then make it longer, it becomes e. So each one has this short and long. Hrasva, dirgha. Hrasva, if I write it like, just to be clear what I'm saying. Hrasva, not hrasva. Hrasva, hrasva. Hrasva, means short. E, here, this also has a short and long. Hrasva, dirgha form. But this has only short form. There is no long or though we can say that. Practically we can pronounce Ucharanam, we can do that also, but the chart excludes that because there are no words in Sanskrit language with that long sound, so it is not necessary to include that in the chart. Then we have a short, it is long actually because we need the similar amount of time, like we pronounce E to pronounce A. Then there is I, again long, dirgha, O long, Au long. Now in some other languages, for example Kannada, we have a longer form of A also, like A. Similarly O. Here they are dropped in Sanskritam Paniniya chart of words, chart of letters. In this Varnamala, they are not included, and any word with a sound, it is pronounced similarly. For example, Aneka. So we have Aneka. In this there is a in the middle here. So it is Aneka. It's considered a dirgha only. Aneka. So we don't have short A there. In how it is in Kannada. A. There are no differentiation here. It's considered dirgha, long only. Eka, Aneka. Then the ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, all these vyanjanas up to her, they cannot be pronounced independently. What they are shown here, they are also not actually the proper correct writing form of vyanjanam. Vyanjanam in Devanagari, they are written with the slant line at the bottom, right? Like the sk indicates it's a vyanjanam, consonant. Similarly, kha, this also written with a slant line at the bottom. G, written with the slant line at the bottom, and so on. So that is a written representation of a Vyanjanam in Devanagari. However, they cannot be pronounced. When I write it like this technically cannot be pronounced. So in the, let's say, in the case of Samyak only, for example, Samyak, when we write it like this, Samyak, at the end there is this Vyanjanam, Samyak. So are we pronouncing it or not? Yes, we are, right? Samyak, when we say Samyak, yes, we are pronouncing it. However, note that at the end, when we say Samyak, there is an element of there added. It's short. It is not a complete very little amount of has to be there to bring out that sound out of our mouth. Samyak. Otherwise, it cannot be pronounced. Just like that. So only even though it is written like that, there is some there added there. Samyak. Uh, so generally, Shiksha Shastra says about 25% or one-fourth of this swara is heard at the end of a pure consonant we are trying to pronounce. There is no pure consonant just like a k is cannot be pronounced. That's just for writing purpose. K, k. Whenever you say k, k, so the swara has to be added there. Will be there. When we write this like this, ka, kha, ga, gha, these are not pure Vyanjanas. So this is all of these have a added at the end there. Ka plus ka Vyanjana plus becomes ka. Ka Vyanjana plus becomes kha, and so on. So in Sanskrit, how do we refer to these sounds then? Pure Vyanjana, ka, every time instead of saying ka Vyanjana, ka Vyanjana, uh, instead of saying like that, a different way of saying or representing that any sound, we say that as a kara, like ka kara means ka vyanjana, ka sound. Ka sound means it is not ka plus a. When we say kakara, kakar, when we say kakara or gakara, this means ka sound, ga sound. What is that sound means? Ka vyanjanam. The sound which the Vyanjanam k is supposed to make, which again cannot be pronounced independently. So we just say kakara, means the sound made by, represented by k. Gakara means sound represented by Vyanjananka, g. And so this kara indicates it is a sound made by that whatever we attach here before. So it can be attached to this swara also, like we can say akara. Akara means sound made by this swara. Akara, ikara, ikara, aikara, ekara, so on. Sound made by those specific uh, swara or vyanjanam. Anuswara, visarga. Visarga we already saw. Now what about anuswara? Where can it be pronounced? Anuswara also needs a vyanjanam. Similar to visarga. Visarga has to be after a swara. It cannot be directly after a vyanjanam. Vyanjanam means, for example, let's say ka. This is a vyanjanam. After that, there cannot be visarga. Before visarga, there has to be a swara. Now, uh, anuswara. Anuswara, the name itself says anuswara. If you look at the etymology, anu means follows, right? Like anu, gamanam, anuyayi. Uh, so here anu swara means which is related to swara. Anuswara means the something or this sound follows a swara. Anuswara, how does it follow a swara? And it is represented with a single dot on top of, in writing, on top of something that it follows. For example, let's say, or even you can say ka or gruham. So when we write it like this, what does it mean? There is a g, there is a ru. What is this ru? This is a swara, not vyanjanam. Ru, g, ru plus ha, and there is a anuswara after this. Sorry, there is also a, right? A, and then there is a anuswara after this. So how is this? How is this going to be pronounced? Is it same as graham? Ga, ru, ma. So there is a makara here, which is this vyanjanam ma here. So, but here is anuswara. So what is the difference here? Graham and with anuswara. Graham we know. This way how to pronounce graham. After that, after graha, we just add this makara, vyanjanam, graham. So that can be pronounced. Though it is not a perfect pronunciation because the vyanjanas cannot be pronounced by themselves. So we add a little bit of akara there and we say graham. So when you say ma, we know how to pronounce ma. But how do we pronounce this anuswara sahita hakara here? After a, there is a, after a, there is a, and then anuswara. Yeah. You want to say something?
Gruham.
There also there is at the end there is a ma is on. How is the ma pronounced? Ma pronunciation is using two lips. Yeah. Two lips, bottom and top, they close, then we say ma. So however you want to try to pronounce this, if you are saying ma there, graham, so then there is a lips are touching each other. So there is a makara coming there, so it is not an anuswara. So if you just write it like this, then again anuswara cannot be pronounced actually, because anuswara here it is coming at the end of a sentence you can call, because after this there is no other word. This is the last word in whatever we are trying to say. Even though it is one word, it is the end. It's the last. After that there is nothing. We can consider that it is a vakyam or sentence. So when we say graham, graham, so there is at the end. So then the lips are to close. Then there is a makara comes. It is not anuswara. So if it is to be anuswara pronunciation, then something has to be there after that. Then the anuswara can be pronounced. For example, if you take this good example, this Sanskrita. Here there is anuswara. We don't write or say. We should not say also. We don't write it like this, right? There is a sound. It is not ma. So what is the difference between these two pronunciation? So if we pronounce it as ma, samskrita, there you can hear that ma, some, you are using those lips, some touching each other, samskrita, samskrita. But when we say Sanskrita, we are not touching the lips, right? How is that anuswara or the sound coming there? Sans, right? Sans. After that, sakara comes, sa comes there. Sanskrita. So that is the sound of anuswara. Sanskrita, not samskrita. In the word Sanskrita, there is anuswara after the akara. Sa plus plus there is a anuswara. Then what is skrita? Okay? Sanskrita. So we have Sanskrita here. Similarly, if we are talking about that graham example there, after graham, if there is some other word, like graham, let's say graham gacchati, let's say. So this is a sentence now. Gacchati means goes. Somebody is going to house, let's say graham. So then now we have an option here. So graham gacchati, we can pronounce it like that. Graham, say just like that Sanskritam. How do we say Sanskritam? We can say graham gacchati. Graham gacchati. So if we pronounce it like that, then that is an anuswara. Graham gacchati. So there we can write, because we are pronouncing it as a anuswara, we can write that anuswara like that. But if you are saying it like graham gacchati, then you can write it like this, graham gacchati. Write it the way we say it, or say it like we write it. So the script is a representation of what we say. So we have, if we want to pronounce it as graham gacchati, so write it like this. So it is a sentence, perfectly fine sentence, graham gacchati. So, but if you want to say anuswara, then graham gacchati, graham gacchati. So it will be like this. Okay. Any question?
So one doubt, sir.
Uh,
In graham,
mm.
we will say graham or gruham. In Krishna, we say Krishna. Kr or Kri.
Oh, it is not kra or kri. It is kr, kr. So it's like a rishi. How do you say rishi? What is this rishi? This is not rishi, right? This is not rishi or rishi. This sound, the purpose of having different symbols for this pronunciation is because the pronunciation different sounds. They have different sounds. Otherwise, if the rishi has to be pronounced as a rishi or a rishi, like Krishna, then we could have written like this, like Krishna, which is not correct, because it has to be ru. This ru is a swara, whereas this is a Vyanjanam. How is the Vyanjanam ra? Ra. Okay, so let's go to this next slide. We have these different sthanam. I'm not going to go into details of this, but uh, there are different class course before one is interested. You can go through those in detail. But very quickly here, there are different positions in the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 represented here. First one is guttural, or the back of the tongue. Back of the throat. So here, that is a kantha position. So how are the different sounds are produced, e, or even vyanjanam also. So that is mainly our juhva or a tongue acts as an instrument, just like in a musical instrument, right? Like if you take any uh, drum or anything, or even a flute, this is more like this a wind instrument, like a flute or harmonium, where there are two parts. Two parts have to touch each other to produce a sound. So here, like a wind instrument, flute. So here the instrument of this part, juhva part, is when the wind is coming out through the throat and passing through this uh, passage of mouth. So our tongue is going to block that airflow at different parts in different uh, amount, right, to produce different types of sounds. So here there are 5 positions which are shown here where the air is blocked when it is passing through our mouth to produce different sounds. And which are those 5 positions? Here show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kantha, talu, palate, and crown, murdha, teeth, danta, and oshthav, lips. These are 5 positions where the air is blocked. And with what it is blocked, that is the instrument. So, example here, when we are trying to say ka, Vyanjana ka, after that there is a added. So let's keep that aside for a moment. When we are trying to say ka, you can experience that the back part of the tongue is blocking the air here, the back part of the throat, kantha. Back means not, don't, this is not kantha here, this is the here starting part here. Okay, so it is blocking the deep part, the deepest part in the near our moola or starting point of the jaw there. That is blocked by the jihva moola or the starting part of the tongue. So when it is blocked, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. So those are produced. These first line, ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, these are produced, right, with that touching of the back part of the tongue to the back part of the throat. Next one is cha, cha, ja, cha, nya. So that part is produced when second. Talu part, this part, is blocked by this part, jihva talam, surface of the tongue. So those are touched. Jihvagram pariveshtitam, that is our instrument. The next is murdha. Murdha is where? Somewhere here. So when we say ta, tha, da, dha, na, that is the next part, next line in the Vyanjanam. Ta, tha, da, dha, na, that is produced when the murdha, or the crown, this part of our jaw here, upper jaw part, so that is blocked, air is blocked there by pariveshtati juha. Pariveshtati juha means juhagram means the tip of the tongue is rolled, pariveshtati is rolled. So the tongue goes like this, like, and it touches the top part here, okay, at the mouth here inside. So you can experience that with when you say ta, tha, da, dha, and na, all of that. Then the next one is tathadadhana juhvagra. The juhvagra means the tip of the tongue, no rolling. It touches the danta, not all the teeth, but the top, back part of the top front 2 teeth. Tathadadhana. So that is the air blockage between danta and juhvagra. The last one is pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. Those are oshtha. Oshtha, the air is blocked there. Pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. Now here you can easily understand when we say pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. the the lips have to open to let the air out to bring out that sound. You cannot just say, if you just want to say pa, Vyanjanam, then you'll have to keep that lips closed and the pa is not going to come out. To come, to bring out the pa sound, the is required by opening the mouth, pa. That's why the Vyanjanas cannot be pronounced independently. They need the swara. Not always it can be p, pa, anything, any sound, it is needed. And as you can see here, what about swara? We talked about this ka, kha, ga, gha, cha, ka, cha, ta, etc. Right? These are produced by the blockage of air at the kantha. This line is produced by the air blocked at talu, palate, and this is the produced by blocking the air at murtha, and this is at the danta. This is at the this line at the oshtha, or the lips. And yara, lava, shasha, they also have their own places. Whereas you can say ya. Ya, it is a talu. It's a talu means something like cha, cha, ja. If you try to pronounce cha, cha is touching the top part, right? Talu. When you say cha, so cha is somewhere here. So when we say ya, the surface of tongue also moves towards this talu, but it does not actually completely block it when you say ya. It just brushes against that talu there. Ya. So the ya is also a Vyanjanam because brushing there, and then it is a talavya. Talavya means it is pronounced because there is a blockage of air there. Talavya. Ya. Then ya, after that we have a ra. Ra sound is at the murdha here. Ra. So this ra is similar to ta, tha, da, dha, na, that place. The place is same, but the sound is different. Ra. Ra. Then the yara la. La is danta. And danta like ta, tha, da, dha, na. La is also the same place. La. Yara la. Yara la. Then we have wa. Wa is what? Oshtha. Just like papa, bhabama, we have wa, but again it's not completely touching. But the wa, there is the lips are touching bottom somewhere around this when we say wa, the corners, wa. So then what the next two are? Sha, sha, sa, sha, sha. Sha, which is like a Shankara sha. That Shankara sha, this sha is a tal again. It is like ya or cha, cha, sha also. It brushes, the tongue brushes this part when we say sh. Then there is a sh, shanmukha sh, sh. This one is murdha, which is here, like ta, ta, da, da, na, or even ra. So in that similar place, we have a sh, sh. Again, pariveshtita, rolled tongue, touching here, sh. The difference between sh and sh is very clear. Sh, the touch is here, whereas this sh, shanmukha, touches here, rolled tongue. Sh, sh. This is straight tongue, just like ya, sh, cha, straight tongue, slightly here like this. But for the sh, the tip of the tongue is rolled. Okay? Sh. And sh, sh, sa. Sa is danta. Something like la or ta, ta, da, ta, na, sa. Sa again is the There's a hissing sound, but the tongue is pointing towards the back of the teeth there, trying to block the air there. The. Then we have ha. Ha is kantha again, because ha is open. When we say ha, there is a slight contraction here at the back, something like ka, but it's not complete blockage like ka, kha, ga, kha, nga, that touching here. But ha, ha is not complete block there. There is a contraction, but there's a na there. There is a vibration. So this is the last Vargiya Vyanjana. So these are called Vargiya Vyanjana, this part, because they have each one has a work there or a class there. So Kakagagana is Kantha class, like that division, that group. They can be grouped into these 5 classes. Chachajajaya, that one class, one group, which is Talavya. Tatadadana, Murdhanya. Tatadadana, Dantya, or teeth. That group. Papa Bhavama, Oshtya, or related to lips. And these are Avargiya Vyanjana. They, each one has a place for pronunciation, but they are not grouped into this like this. Ya again is a Talavya, Ra, Murdhanya, La, Dantya, Va, Oshtya, Sha, Talavya, Sha, Murdha, Sa, Dantya, Ha, Kantha. What about Swaras? Swaras, do they have the places? Yes, they do. Note that when we pronounce Swara, the tongue does not make contact with somewhere in the mouth like we pronounce Vyanjanam. Vyanjanam, the tongue makes the contact, or in case of Oshta, lip makes the contact. But in Swara case, there is no contact of tongue or lip with any inside the mouth, any part there. Like is a kantha, is coming out directly from the kantha, but there is no contact of tongue anywhere there. Is also kantha. You see, e again. This tongue is moving towards talu. Tongue is moving towards talu. So, so e is talavya, something like cha. In case of cha, what happens? The tongue moves and touches. Here, in case of e, tongue moves, but tongue moves, but it does not touch. The air flows freely there. E. Similarly, e also. Now, same thing coming to ru, you have to follow a similar guideline here. Since this is considered a swara, and it is a murdhanya. Murdhanya means the not touch. The place is here, position. Sthana, position is there. But because murdhanya, what are the characteristics of murdhanya, like ta, tha, da, dhana, is a pariveshtita juhvagra, rolled tongue tip, just like ta, or even ra. It's a ra. The tip is a little bit rolled, and we actually touch inside that mouth, this part, ra. But when we want to say r, we should not touch that part, but the air should be pushed out from that place without touching tip of the tongue there, rolled. R. Now you can understand, I hope so. R. And R, just make it longer. R. When you pronounced Graham, same thing. Krishna, you should be mindful there. So what is here? We are not pronouncing Ra, which is a Vyanjanam, means there is a contact. We are pronouncing Ru, which has no contact. It is a Swara, but the place position is here with the rolled tip of the tongue. R. Same thing when we pronounce Rishi. And same thing. Also, we have to keep in mind how to pronounce Shri. The Shri is also Murdhanya, again, rolled tip of the tongue, and we are not pronouncing she there, like it is not she. Shri, Shri, rolled. Shri. Similarly, Krishna, yeah, Krishna. Same thing with the Gru. Gru. Here also Ga is there and Ru is there. Gu, Gruham, Gruham, Gruham. So there is a slight element. You can. It sounds like a ra, but it's just like a hint of ru, ra, that hint of ra. So we are because we are not touching here. Here has to move freely. So it's gruham, gruham. So finishing this swara positions here. E is also talavya. U. This is oshtha. Ru murdhanya. Ru murdhanya. And dantya. Sorry, dantya. Ru. So it's like similar to la, but we are again not touching, pushing the air free there. And there is a is a combination of and e becomes a. So is kantha, e is talavya. So this is kantha tala. Both the positions. The air comes out of starts coming out of the kantha free, and then after that to make it a, e is added very quickly after so if you try to say and immediately after do not pause but quickly pronounce e, then becomes a. That's how the tongue is also moving inside. Then we have I is a combination of I and e. I the quick pronunciation, not if you prolong it then becomes I. But I, it is again a combination of kantha and talu. And then we have O. This is O is a combination of and U, which is kantha and oshtha, kantoshtha. And O is I and O, ow, kantha and oshtha. So those positions are there for uh, swaras also. For anuswara visarga, yes, we do have the positions. Anuswara is complete nasika, nasal sound. And aha, is again kantha. It's just a breath released without a nada, without a vibration through kantha. So these are different positions and ucharana, how they need to be made of different sounds on this varnamala here. If since you asked about the letter la, though it is not represented on this chart of letters, the la is added an extend. There is an extended chart of chart of letters or varnamala in which there are more and more letters are there. So in that the la is also included. That the la, if you can experience that when you say la, for example, kala or nala, nala damayanti, in that nala, la, it is a murdhanya letter, right? When you say la, like it's like ta, ta. In the same place we say la. So that is a murdhanya position for la. Okay, I think we can stop here. Any other question?
Sir, ksha, kshatriya ksha.
Shya is in some different system, it is considered as a vyanjanam, like cha or nya. But if you look at this chart, or actually if you ksha written like this in Devanagari? How is written in Kannada like this? Sure. So if you see this, this is not an actually an independent pronunciation. It's a combination. It is sanyuktakshara. Like it has a ka and sh, ka and sh and a. Of course, you can say sa and you can just say the sh. But so here, ka and sh, it's combination of ka and sh. So it is not counted as a Vyanjanam here, a separate Vyanjanam, because of the combination. Similarly, Jna, it is written like this, it is a combination of Ja and Nya. Where is Nya? Here. So it is a combination of Ja and Nya, Jna, Jna. So while pronouncing also, Ja is a Talavya we know, and Nya is also Talavya. So when you are pronouncing, we have to make that effort to pronounce it like that. After ja, pronounce ya as a sanyukta akshara. So when you say jnana, jnana, so it is not, we should not be adding na there. It should be adding ya, jnana, or yajna, 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 yajna. So ksha also, kshatriya we have ksha. So here a ksha is there, more than a ksha. Kshatriya, akshaya, akshaya. But in some other, like tantra, tantra sara, all that, there are kshanya, they are considered as a matra, but that is a different topic, but not in this pure uh, system of letters here, chart of words, kshanya, or even tra, some people consider tra in some places. They are not coming here because they are sanyuktakshara, combination of two other letters.
Okay, sir. So and in Kakha Gana, that last word is the tongue is touching the anterior part of the, means just below the teeth, no sir? It will not become kantha.
Which one? This?
Yes. Kakha Gana. Yes sir.
This This is not ana. This is ana is kaka gaga nga nga nga
No. Okay.
nga like wangmaya.
Vangmaya. Okay sir.
So this nga, all these last in the Vargiya letters, Vargiya Vyanjanas, last line, last column, nga, nya, na, ma. This is a combination of, these are kantha. So this is kantha, this is talu, this is murdha, this is dantya, and this is ma, ortha, lip. Not, but they also have the nasal part in them, right? They also need the air has to pass through nasika also here. When we say nga, the air comes out of kantha and then it passes through nose. Then nga. Nya, nya, with the talu, the tongue is brushing at the talu part, but then the air passes through nose. Nya. Na, touching the murdha, like ta. But what is the difference between these and this last line, last one? For the ana, because the nasal, anunasika, that's called anunasika letters, because they also need the help of nose here, the last column. Na, ya, na, ma. Na, dantya, the tip of the tongue touches the dantya, the na there, like the tha, da, dha. But here, the air has to pass through nose also. Na. If you close the nose, we cannot pronounce na, nga, ya, na, and ma also. Ma. If you close the nose, the air has to pass through nose for these letters.
Okay
Keeping
sir. Thank you.
keeping the other position same as ka. Keeping the other position same as cha. Plus nasika becomes this last letter. Okay. Okay. Any other question? Otherwise we can stop here.
No more questions.
Thank you. Dhanyawada. Namaskara.
Thank you, sir.